All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Tapestry Music. My name is Jonathan Lindsay.
And I'm Matt MacArthur.
And we are here today to talk to you about an exciting new launch from Fender Guitar Company. Guitar Company? That's not the Fender Musical Instrument Company. But these are guitars. What guitars are these?
These are the Fender American Professional Classic series. Fender's newest line that came out this week, and we're all pretty excited to play them and talk about them today.
That's cool. So these are under the American Professional umbrella, which is a little confusing because they've already got the American Pro 2s. But this is American-made, but it's a slightly different, it's a slightly different take, a slightly different vibe, and a slightly different price point, which is kind of cool. Because these are coming in here in Canada, they're coming in a few $100s cheaper than the American Pro 2 equivalents, and there are some differences between them. So we're going to take a look at that now. Now, we've only got some of the line in here. We got some Strats and we got a Tele. They are doing Strats, Teles, Jazzmasters, Jaguars, some basses too, P-bass, jazz bass, and Mustang bass, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, so all that is on the way, but this is the first ones we got, so we're excited to get our hands on them and for you guys to check them out. So key things on these, made in America.
Made in America, made in the old USA.
So these are made in USA, but what makes it different from the American Pro 2s? So it seems like these are a little more, as the name would suggest, a little more vintage kind of vibe, a little more classic, would you say?
I would say so. Yes. So they, they have the vintage style hardware.
Yeah, I got vintage tuners. This gets your vintage Tele bridge with the vintage brass saddles. Those are brass, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then this guy, same vintage tuners. You get your vintage style bridge on here too. I just haven't stuck the arm in here because it's got the sticker on there. But this is the 6-screw bridge with the vintage style saddles. So a little different than your Pro 2 that's got the 2-point trem. So if you're a heavy trem user, you might prefer the Pro 2s. If you're looking for more of an authentic vintage vibe, this one might be more your cup of tea. And what about the pickups in these?
They have put what they're calling the Coastline series pickups in their the various models, and each model will have like a year designation. So, for instance, the Strats,
cool.
what you're having right there would be 1957, but they're calling the 57 Coastline pickups.
Okay.
Teles,
What does Tele get?
Tele, we're jumping forward in the timeline to 1963,
Right, cool.
and if you're lucky enough to pick up the Jazzmasters or Jaguars, those are 65 Coastlines.
65. Interesting. So they're calling these Coastline series. So this is a new pickup that they haven't done before, but what I was reading is that they're kind of a vintage voiced pickup, but a little hotter. So a vintage hot kind of thing. So if you like the sound of a vintage pickup, but you want just a little more juice, that's kind of what they're going for with these ones.
Yeah, and it's where the classic comes in. It's like the vintage, kind of vibe, the vintage style. Right down to the pickups there, the appointments there, and the color schemes as well.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most interesting things about this launch is actually their choice of colors, because it's some really cool colors that are mostly 60s kind of throwback colors. And we've got a few of them here. I've got this one here called Faded Fire Mist Gold, which is a very nice color. And Fire Mist Gold is something they haven't really had in line for a while, so that's cool. This is is it Sherwood Green?
Yeah, metallic Sherwood Green. Very, very lovely, very kind of understated, very classic, one would say.
Almost teal.
Yeah.
And are they calling that one faded as well? A lot of these they're calling faded colors.
I believe so, yeah, to kind of make it all consistent across the whole line there.
Next to you, that's the faded Dakota Red.
Yeah, not to be confused with Fiesta Red. Don't make that mistake.
It does look like Fiesta, but no, it's faded Dakota. And this one here is faded black, which a few people have seen this in person versus the pictures you see online of it. It's more of like a kind of charcoal in person than a black.
Yeah, but it's very distinct. It's very subtle. It's definitely nothing that you see too often, which is a nice introduction.
It's cool. Reminds me of like an old chalkboard or something. It's a kind of neat color, and then a few standard colors in there too. Like there's sunburst, I think, on pretty much all the models, and there's you can get butterscotch blonde on the Tele and
classic
stuff like that. But definitely, it's cool seeing like Dakota Red and Sherwood Green and Fire Mist Gold. That's a nifty one.
All the hits.
And then the other thing that's going to differentiate this from, say, like a Vintera and, say, an American Vintage is the neck profile here, and your frets and radius is more more akin to what the Pro 2 would have, although a little bit slimmer. They're calling this a modern C
Modern C.
as opposed to a modern D.
Yeah.
Like on the Pro 2.
So it's got a, you know, like tiny bit of chunk, but it's definitely on the sleeker side of
Pretty
chunk.
comfy, yeah.
Yeah.
And I did put a Pro 2 in my hands earlier just to feel the difference, and it is noticeable. It's not like a huge difference, but the Pro 2s are a little thicker, a little more wood on them. This is a little slimmer. It's quite nice, actually. I like it.
Very comfy.
And then 9.5-inch radius, I believe.
9.5 inch radius, jumbo frets, medium jumbo frets.
Medium jumbo. So
Yeah.
modern playability, but a lot of classic appointments. And these come with a gig bag rather than a hard case. That's helping to keep the cost down a little bit.
Exactly.
And I don't know what else we got. Oh, they got the grease bucket.
Yes, which will help you, you know, kind of filter out some of that stuff without losing the high end there. So you won't
Keeps a bit of the highs when you roll it down.
yeah, so you won't get all woofy when you bring it all the way down. It's a nice little addition there.
That's cool. And I noticed with the Strat, now it doesn't apply to the Tele, but the contours on this has got that 1957 Strat sort of contour. So it gets really thin right in here, as opposed to like an American Pro 2. I think it's a little chunkier in there. So that's a difference as well. Tele, well, no contour.
Big thick slab
You
of
just get a
wood
slab
there.
of wood,
Yeah.
as you should.
Yeah.
I think that pretty much covers these. So why don't we check them out? I'm
Yeah.
plugged in with the Strat here. So we're plugged into Deluxe Reverb. In
Classic.
fact, this is my Deluxe Reverb because I happen to have it here right now. And it's always my go-to amp, so we'll check that out. I'll start on the neck pickup. Let's see. Well, sounds like a Strat. I mean, it does a lot of the Strat neck pickup stuff I wanted to do. It's woody and all that. It's crisp.
Yeah, and like the coastlines seem to bring out a little bit that promised like extra kind of high end, that kind of extra bit of detail there. I feel like I'm hearing
It
it.
feels pretty detailed, that's
Yeah.
for sure. It's definitely more on the vintage side of things than on the modern side of things, I would say. Let's see my favorite 2 and 4s. Let's see if it does the thing. And, oh, noise canceling too.
Ooh.
So that's always nice. Suitably quacky. Middle position, which I never use. Still perplexed at what to do with that position. Let me know in the comments if you have a good use for the middle pickup on a Strat, because it still eludes me. Now we'll go back into position 2 here, more familiar territory to me. That might be my favorite position so far.
Sounds
That's actually
wonderful.
really nice. And last but not least, single coil bridge pickup.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely does everything I would expect a vintage sounding Strat to do. I do like that bridge pickup's a little hotter because, you know, I'm used to having humbuckers in the bridge, so if I just have a single coil, I like to have a little more meat to it. So it definitely does that. It's not as low output as some of the vintagey ones, but it's right in that camp there. So that's pretty cool.
Beautiful.
Why don't we switch over and hear the Tele?
Yeah, let's switch her out.
Throw this over your way.
Thank you. Tag team action here. There we go. Entering the ring
So this
here.
is the Coastline 63 pickups?
Coastline 63 pickups here. And yeah, I'll start on the old bridge there. Suitably twangy.
It's got like some power to it though. Like
Yeah.
it's, I don't know if it's just me, but it's noticeably louder than bridge pickup on the Strat.
Yeah, it's
That sounds great.
already. It's just like punching its weight here. Yeah, I mean, unlike you, I love the middle pickup.
Well, you have no middle pickup.
Oh, that's true. It's classic. Only 3 to choose from.
There
here.
you go.
But
I agree. I love that position on telly.
yeah, yeah. Let's see how this goes here. Very,
That's great.
very sparkly.
Yeah.
Lots of clarity.
Seems like lots of sustain too.
Yeah, just like.
Nice.
It's still,
Right.
it's
Let's
still
hear the
going.
neck.
All right, up to the neck here. Very beefy.
Yeah, that guitar sounds great.
Yeah, yeah. You could.
It's noticeably like kind of, I don't know, got more body to it than the Strat does. So maybe that's that 63 versus 57 on the pickups.
Yeah, yeah. Probably. Yeah, they probably like dialed in a bit more outputs or a bit more what have you there. Let's have a look at the grease bucket
Oh
here.
yeah.
And so when you roll her down, there's no like additional low end in there. They kind of taper it off when you. You know, blended taste, of course.
That's cool.
Lovely.
Well, speaking of taste too, we're kind of liking these to Coca-Cola too. It's like these are the American Professional Classics,
Classic.
and it's kind of got like it's everything that you want, I think, in a single coil vintage style Fender guitar made in America, without any extra frills or stuff like that. And it's kind of the Coke Classic.
The Coke
of these,
Classic.
you know? They kind of went back to the original recipe, and it works.
Yeah, you know, it's not the Crystal Pepsi. You know, it's not the Coke Zero or anything like that.
Not new Coke.
Yeah, it's not new Coke. Definitely not. Yeah, no, it's just classic as they designed it. Wonderful.
That's cool. So the new American Professional Classic series. Hope you've enjoyed this first look at them here. We're excited to have them in the store. And do yourself a favor, come on down, check them out in store. If you can't, you can hop online, tapestrymusic.com, check them out there. And thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.
See you later.